Arteta provided further updates on the situation. He'll be out for a few weeks. We're not entirely sure yet. We'll likely do another scan next week, Arteta said. He felt something early in the match and tried to carry on, but by half-time the pain had worsened. Thankfully, early indications suggest Madueke has avoided a serious ACL injury. When asked whether a short-term absence is more likely than a months-long layoff, Arteta added, "We hope so. As I said, we still need to assess it fully, but it doesn't seem too severe at the moment." In Madueke's absence, Arsenal still boasts solid depth in the attacking third. Youngster Max Dowman is expected to feature against Port Vale, while Gabriel Martinelli, Ethan Nwaneri, and Leandro Trossard are all in contention for minutes. The hope within the club is that Madueke will return to action by November 8 against Sunderland, just ahead of the highly anticipated North London derby versus Tottenham on November 23. However, he's almost certain to miss England's next international break, which follows crucial Arsenal fixtures against Newcastle, Olympiacos, and West Ham. With the 2026 World Cup on the horizon and a spot in Thomas Tuchel's England squad up for grabs, Madueke knows how important the months ahead are. Despite this temporary setback, the winger has shown resilience, and if his performances this season are any indication, he'll come back stronger than ever. Madueke's injury comes at a delicate time for Arsenal, who are juggling domestic competitions alongside a demanding European schedule. With squad rotation more crucial than ever, Arteta must now rely on the depth and adaptability of his attacking unit, especially as the club enters a period packed with high-stakes fixtures. Internally, the coaching staff is said to be cautiously optimistic. According to sources close to the medical team, Madueke is responding well to initial treatment, and there's no indication of long-term structural damage. However, his rehabilitation will be closely monitored, with particular care taken to avoid setbacks. Arsenal's medical department is expected to carry out a follow-up MRI scan next week to determine the full extent of the strain and adjust the recovery timeline accordingly. The injury has also sparked significant discussion among supporters and analysts alike, particularly around Madueke's workload and physical management since his arrival. Despite being only a few months into his Arsenal career, Madueke has featured heavily both for club and country, raising concerns about player burnout, especially in a season with little breathing room between international breaks. In the short term, the winger's absence places added responsibility on players like Martinelli and Trossard, both of whom have had inconsistent fitness records themselves. Ethan Nwaneri, although still very young, could see more minutes in wide roles as Arteta continues to integrate youth into the first-team environment. There's also speculation that Reiss Nelson, who has seen limited action this season, could benefit from an increased role during Madueke's recovery period. National team manager Thomas Tuchel has also been made aware of Madueke's condition, as England begins early preparations for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. Though the injury rules Madueke out of the next international window, his recent performances have left a strong impression within the national team setup. A return to form in November or December could be enough to keep him in contention for a spot in the squad heading into the new year. Meanwhile, within the Arsenal camp, the mood remains focused. Speaking to reporters after the Port Vale match, several senior players expressed their support for Madueke, describing him as a positive influence in the dressing room and praising his quick adaptation to the club's playing style and philosophy. As the winger begins his recovery, all eyes will be on how Arsenal adjusts, and whether they can maintain their attacking rhythm without one of their most dynamic wide players. While the timing is far from ideal, both the player and the club appear aligned in their cautious yet determined approach. Further updates on Madueke's fitness are expected following next week's medical assessments.